Okay, guys, so at this point, if you've seen Infinity War, you know about Red Skull. If you haven't, I don't know what's holding you back, so you can't be really mad about spoilers or anything. So, yeah, let's talk about the Red Skull. Now, obviously, I talked much about how much I love this character and how much I want to see him return in the MCU. And then when he actually returned in Infinity War, I literally had tears running down my face in the movie because one of my favorite villains of all time. So I super genuinely was excited about this. And then of course, before they could really continue with that, his story ends and it's brought up a lot of questions of, is this character ever going to be brought back in the MCU? Can he be brought back? And should he be brought back? Because honestly, I feel like his story ended with the movie. Now, there is obviously the people like myself who, look, if they were to give it one more shot, have Captain America come face to face with him and finally defeat the Red Skull, I would be all about that. That would honestly be probably the greatest thing I could ask for from the MCU right now. But do we really need it? Because in Steve's eyes, he did defeat him already. That story's done. They don't have that much of a personal connection anymore. And how many years has Steve now been unfrozen and he hasn't really talked to him, right? So he's never seen him. He thought he was defeated. Everybody did. So trying to explain that and then going over how the Red Skull is back and everything, you'd have to go more in detail. And it legitimately seemed like his story ended. Now, of course, there is the possibility that they could do something else. You could maybe bring back the Red Skull in a different capacity. Maybe you could bring him back to tackle someone in the future if they take over as Captain America or something. Or reveal that maybe he got restored once his quest was done, you know, protecting the Soul Stone or something like that. We don't really know, but they have said multiple times the MCU is going to be far different once we get to the next stage, once we're done with Avengers 4. And if they're playing with time manipulation and changing history, who's to say that history isn't going to be altered so the Red Skull could still be alive, right? And I think they're definitely leaving that possibility open. But in my mind, as much as I love Red Skull, and I would love to see him back, I personally feel that his story is done. And if he had to be brought back to face, I don't know, the next Captain America, maybe Sam Wilson or Bucky, it wouldn't have the same effect, because Sam Wilson has no personal connection to the Red Skull. Bucky Barnes, a very minor one at that. Captain America was the one that truly faced him, and even in that movie, their rivalry was underdeveloped. So, you see where I'm coming at from here. I would rather they tackle some other elements, unless there is a very intelligently well-written story to bring back the Red Skull, then sure, do it. But other than that, I don't need it shoehorned in there. And that's kind of the thing, right? I want to see the MCU keep evolving the way it has. And going back to the well of what we've done before isn't necessarily something I want or need. Sure, it'd be great to have Red Skull back and maybe tackle the new Captain America or Steve Rogers in another movie, but in the long run, why not give us some other stuff, you know?